the home side, NOLA Gold. It's a repeat of Week 1 2020, but James, plenty of changes in both these sides.
Yeah, there's been a lot of work done in the off-season. Obviously, they put that game down last year, 46 points to 13. But it's a very, very different-looking side this year, as they wanted this matchup as a redemption for last week's performance.
Yeah, let's take a look at the lineup, starting with the home side, NOLA Gold. Nate Osborne with a couple of new weapons.
Yeah, number 7, Andrew Guerrera. He was the 10th pick in the 2020 Major League Rugby draft. What a performance to be able to start the season in the Sevens jersey. And then number 12, JP Duplessis, the biggest signing of the off-season.
Yeah, what a blockbuster trade that was from the San Diego Legion to NOLA Gold. Now, let's look at this NOLA Gold side that they'll be facing today. Old Glory.
Old Glory, you look at the experience of that loose forward trio, but number 7, Bungo Mason, their captain, is an inspiration on the field, leads by example, heavy involvement in the offensive pieces at the ball carrier, and then that number 9 combination between Tusitala and Robertson was arguably the best in the league last season.
Let's go down into the gold mine now and welcome the third member of our team, Bree Kim.
Hi, Dan and James. I spoke with head coach of Old Glory, Andrew Douglas, earlier this week, who emphasized that the theme for this week was redemption, not revenge, acknowledging that NOLA didn't do any wrong by them last year, rather that Old Glory didn't give them the respect that they deserve. So heading into today's game, they're going to make sure that they're redeeming themselves, and for NOLA, they're going to make sure that they jump up onto the right foot for today's match.
Thank you, Bree. And here are today's match officials, brought to you by the Rugby Shop. Luke Rogan from Australia. He'll be in charge in the middle, assisted by Alan Olongi and Rob Halcombe along the sidelines. James, what a way to close Week 1. Two sides on the East Coast who will both have eyes on the prize to come out with that number 1 seed.
Yeah, they will. And if you look at the way Old Glory was trending last year, 4 wins. It was a very good result. They were hot and they were on fire, and their attack was very difficult to stop.
Beautiful conditions in New Orleans, as expected in the south. It'll be NOLA Gold kicking off the left of your screen. In the white and gold, Old Glory on the right to receive. What an opening week it has been to 2021. Thank you for joining us here on Fox Sports to close things out. It'll be a tough 80 minutes for both these sides. As we heard Bree say in the open, Old Glory may have been a little complacent Week 1 last year with this NOLA side. Head coach Andrew Douglas will have his troops steeled. That man, Danny Tusitala, one of the stars of Major League Rugby, will play a huge part today. His clearing kick comes down with NOLA as Youngett shifts across to his left-hand side. Guerra, that's his first touch. James, you mentioned him in the open. What an achievement. Drafted in the second round by NOLA Gold. Forces his way into the starting lineup here. I heard he was absolutely outstanding in the preseason.
Yeah, we heard a lot from his coach, and really just put his hand up early. He's very physical.
And both these sides with a lot to play for here today. James, take us through the Rhino Rugby keys to victory.
Yeah, well, if you're NOLA, you've got to look at that midfield. JP Duplessis, what a signing. And then the other signing is Juan Capiro, the Argentinian international. What they've got to do is stress the systems. What that means is they need to get up early. They have the advantage of a preseason game, and DC does not. If you're Old Glory, starts right here at the scrum. They lost a third of the scrums last year. A lot of additions in the off-season, so they'll look to shore that up at the start of this match.
Of course, one of the marquee signings last year, Tendai Matawera, the beast, no longer with the side. Jamie Diva played for Houston and San Diego. Steps into that role as Old Glory attack off the first scrum. Robinson bouncing out, outside Hearn. Farner Schultz with a little juggle there. That one gone backwards. Now Tusitala to his left. Picks up Nakatini. What a signing he was for Old Glory. Won a title with Seattle in 2019. All the way to the East Coast now with Old Glory. Robinson, defence up quickly in the shape of Bailey on his outside. Forces him back into the middle. And an early penalty here for Old Glory. And Robinson, as we heard from Stacey and Mark in the studio, the leading point scorer in 2020, dangerous off the kicking tee, James.
Yeah, pretty much an automatic 3 points in the front of the post, and that was NOLA. You can see the intentions. We talked a little bit about it before this game. 3.1 seconds. They gave away the slowest ruck ball, but that's because they fan out and they like to use a lot of line speed that time just guilty of getting off the line a little bit early.
And of course, on the flip side, Old Glory, the fastest ruck speed, tied with Atlanta last year. So that'll be an interesting contest to watch. The speed that New Orleans can get their defence set and adjusted versus Tusitala, the speed he gets that ball to Robinson.
The ball's in the back. Let's go, Jason, mate. You got 30 seconds there. Yep.
You see the kick clock rearing its head early here. Jason Robinson, very accustomed to the 90-second clock, down to 60 in 2021 with Major League Rugby. First points on offer. Beautiful start right through the middle for Robinson. It's 3 points to 0. 3 minutes gone here. And Andrew Douglas, that's the start he would want from his side.
Yeah, and it was good in the early shapes. You could see the intention of them playing flat. They want to play flat. Doesn't give the defense a chance to get on the front foot. A very good start to the match so far for DC.
Short and high, well contested, but Nakatini very strong in the air. Experienced, robust Fijian lock. Tusitala. Almost identical clearance again with the box kick, goes deep. NOLA will counter. That's through Meyer. What a luxury of riches Nate Osborne has in that back line. You mentioned JP du Plessis, Juan Capero as well, the Argentinian, and Kalmar, the South African. 3 very dangerous players.
Just a little bit of miscommunication at the beginning there. They do get the penalty, but you can tell their intention to want to play off 9. We talked about this a little bit. It's difficult in the first game, that contact fitness. They really haven't had to replicate that, so it's going to be about how quickly the guys get off the ground and into position to be able to execute on fast ball.
Meyer looking for a little bit too much there, does not find the sideline on the penalty. And now Old Glory. Good clearing kick. We'll wait for the assistant referee's position inside the 50 off Old Glory. Will be a NOLA line. So a little bit of a get out of jail free card there for Meyer with the missed kick for touch.
It's not often we don't see him find touch. He has one of the biggest boots in the league, that's for sure.
Henry Coward, Canadian international. He'll have the first throw. Finds his Canadian teammate there. That was big Billy Stewart, sorry. What a story it has been for Billy Stewart, as he finds himself in the starting lineup as well. Now Coleman, wide to Meyer. Well read from Fraser though.
Roll.
Not clearing out quick enough.
Not a bad job there by Fraser with a tackle, but you've got to roll away. You have to release the tackle player and allow the tackle player to place the ball unimpeded.
You see Fraser looking at the assistant referee, maybe asking for the knock on there. Questioning the handling of Meyer in contact. Better kick from Meyer now as they'll have the line out. 5 out from the line. You've got big Cam Dolan, Bailey, Stewart, 3 very big targets in this line out.
One of the most difficult positions to defend from in any level of professional rugby is this line out close to the goal line.
All is set here. NOLA, 5 out from the line, looking to get their first try and first points of the game. Oh, great push. NOLA's over. It looks like Cam Dolan at the bottom of the pile. It is big Cam Dolan, Mr. USA Eagle himself. He gets the opening try. 5 points on the board for NOLA.
What a start, and what an excellent execution of the maul. They actually had the penalty advantage, but the discipline to just be able to hold their feet, as we see on the replay here. They were able to get the penalty. There was a DC player in an offside position, but look at this, just holding it up in support and driving towards the goal line. Excellent patience and able to dot over the line.
You were saying this morning, James, how effective the maul has become in professional rugby. 5 metres out, it's almost become automatic. They've become so good at executing that ball.
Especially because you've got 3 options. You can hit the front, the middle, or the back. A lot of teams are looking towards the back because it's very difficult. As that maul rolls away, a back has to come in to support it. And that's when you can catch the defense on the fold going around towards the posts.
Swings that one across the face, unsuccessful from Meyer. 5 points to 3. Penalty for Old Glory, a try for NOLA with Cam Dolan. We take another look at the work of the forwards from New Orleans.
Here's where it just split off, but look at the patience. There is actually pulling him back there. It was a good job. It was Eric Howard pulling that maul back to allow them to get balance and move forward.
Look at that. I don't think that was Cam Dolan. I saw Cam to the side. We'll get the correct try scorer for you in a moment. Youngett back to the pocket. Meyer. Big boot from Meyer. Stays in the field of play. DeBoulis, the youngster. Big shoes to fill for DeBoulis this year. DTS. Dylan Taikato-Simpson not returning. He was part of that 3-pronged attack in the back line. Tusitala, Robinson, and DTS. DeBoulis, Andrew Douglas, the world of confidence in the youngster to step into those big shoes. Turn. Another penalty in the kicking range of Robinson as well here.
Penalty win against Cam Dolan there. He didn't roll away quick enough. It's NOLA did a good job in this situation as they choose the 3 points, but very patient, not committing anybody to the ruck. There's a lot of numbers. DC actually lost about 10 meters on that attacking possession.
Not on the ball early. You're on your body, and then you come back onto the ball.
Robinson with his second attempt. It'll be interesting to see the tee, how the speed of the tee being run out throughout the season. It's going to get quicker and quicker with that 60-second clock.
So you're going to meet the ball board before the game, and you give them strict instructions to get it back out to you.
We just got clarification from the truck. Eric Howard with the try, number 2, not Cam Dolan. Apologies to Eric Howard there. I'm sure Cam will get a couple this year anyway. Flags are up again. Robinson, no mistake, 6 points to 5. They retake the lead here. 10 minutes gone at the gold mine.
Great job, buddy. You're the best coach judge on this side.
Roberts to Nana. Great to see him back. He was a real star in the off-season with the virtual rugby as well, representing Old Glory. Shout out to the Mahi Dogs down there in New Zealand. As Robinson clears this, again not finding the line. Youngett fields. Meyer. Fullback, built like a back row, almost 235 pounds. And this one in his range as well to kick if they want the penalty. And James, you were mentioning the penalties in the opening week quite high as players are adjusting to obviously the return to professional rugby.
Yeah, I think yesterday, what was the count? 112 penalties over the 4 games. Just an indication, you know, not getting off the ground quick enough. I mean, you can only train a certain amount of intensity, but then you step it up another 15% when you get in a game situation. And there's going to be a little bit of adjustment during these first couple games.
This looks eerily familiar, doesn't it? The opening try, almost in the same position. The try scorer right there, Eric Howard. Let's see if he can get himself a double. They'll go to Dolan. Better defence initially here from Old Glory. It's starting to fold around, like you said, James. Comes down. They may have the advantage. Howard at the back. Yep, there's the penalty. Pulling it down.
Very, very difficult to defend. Very difficult to defend. Rolling round to the corner there. It's so hard to stop this wheel. You see in this position here, Robertson has to come in, but it was taken to ground. And if you are NOLA right now, I think you're banging in the corner again, don't you, Dan?
I think so. And they go to the back. Bailey goes high. This time pushing back towards the sideline. Howard has the ball at the back. Defended well. Great work for Anna Schultz. And the turnover. Jamison for Anna Schultz. Take a bow. Old Glory with a goal line stand. Beautiful stuff there.
Copybook work from the loose forward. Immediately released the tackle player and straight over the top, and that was a big turnover. You see copybook technique here. He's on the ball. One thing the referees are looking for, that you need to be having intention to grab the ball. You can't just grab the body.
Number 8. Schultz. Had some time with the USA Eagles, looking to get back into Gary Gold's squad. That'll certainly make the head coach of the USA Eagles take notice. There's now a little maul of their own here. Jesse Tyler at the back. He's got him for a little knock on as he's trying to clear the ball at the back, but Jesse Tyler.
Good job by Dino Waldron. I believe it was Dino Waldron that was in that ruck. Just had his hands around the ball, and Tusitala had intentions to put one up with a box kick. Just good defense against that maul.
Here we see an opportunity for Old Glory. You talked about the scrum in the lead-up, James. A lot of work to be done there for Old Glory. It was in this corresponding match last year. New Orleans demolished the scrum of Old Glory.
Yeah, losing their own scrum and then conceding too many penalties. They talked about it. They don't want to concede penalties, and then they'll just bang it into the corner and maul it over the goal line.
You see referee Rogan, early penalty. Now they scored first with the maul. They've gone to the corner twice, no success. Now do you go for the 3 points?
I go for the corner. We talked about they need to get ahead early in this game. So we have a look at the scrum here. Yeah, just dropping in there, can't hold his own weight, and good body position early from NOLA.
James, you were mentioning NOLA, probably the last 20 minutes, they're worse of the 80. They concede the most points in the last 20 and score very rarely. So a lead early is going to be important.
Yeah, critical. And we talked about the ability to add a little bit of firepower and experience, and that international experience now that they have in the midfield, I think is going to go a long way to closing out some of these matches.
Rolling up. Well met by Old Glory as now it folds around to the left. Comes down again, another penalty. Oh, this is trouble, reaching into the pocket. See the diplomat, Mungo Mason, trying to just soothe relations here with referee Rogan before the card comes out. Big Steve Longwell could be the culprit. It worked. The lawyer, Mungo Mason. Well
Most
done.
interesting man in World Rugby. How many passports does he hold? 5 passports. Thought he was going to reach for the pocket there, but I'm NOLA. I'm doing the exact same thing. Put it back in the corner. Use that rolling maul.
See if we can get a look at Longwell here.
Just on the body there. Fell down on the legs. It's very difficult in that rolling maul.
Up to Dolan again. Oh, this is better stuff. Again, Old Glory, though, well defended. I thought the ruck had actually peeled. The maul, had peeled through. We saw Howard go. They keep it tight again. Coleman sneaks around to the blind side. Slow ball, though, short. He pierces his way to the line. Just short again. They're over. Can't get the ball down, though. Held up. Defense of the goal line stand here has been outstanding for Old Glory to start this match.
Yeah, great defense again. Excellent body position in the 1 and 2 defender position. They're just getting underneath him, but how about that? Instead of rolling out, they rolled back to the inside, and it looked like they actually broke off. DC did a very good job down deep in their own territory. Of course, this year we have the new rules in the scrum. There can only be one reset to the scrum, and the second scrum has to end up at either a penalty or free kick. So perhaps in this part of the field where you'd be really looking to put pressure on that would lead to a penalty try, it's kind of gone away from the game.
Great platform here. NOLA have the ball at the back with Youngert. Sloppy pass. Coleman forced to dive on that loose pass. Tusitala pounces. Again, sloppy ball as Stewart works just to the left of the uprights. Now Youngert back to his right. Coleman plays out the back. Oh, the footwork there. Capiero. Now Waldron moving back to the middle of the field. Options both sides. Flat pass juggled. Will come back. No advantage.
Looks like he was in an offside position again, but DC just holding. Not really giving NOLA a lot of option, and it's been quite messy from the base. So DC's doing a good job of creating untidy ball for Youngert.
It was a good second effort on that last scrum from Old Glory. You saw NOLA had the ball to back, good stable position, then a little shunt. Forced him back off the ball. A little bit of running repairs there for Sini Fungai.
They've had some big signings in the offseason. Obviously, Jamie Diva was a Sabercat in 18 and 19 and with the Legion last year. And then the experience of a guy named Stephen Longwell. He's a long-time professional.
We will take a short break here from the goal line. We return. The first half continues. It's Old Glory with a 1-point lead over NOLA Gold.
Do you ever feel as if everything's pointing you towards something?
Women can do anything. She's just a warrior on the court.
There is beauty in what we are.
Ready?
Keep up the fight, climbing new heights, never looking down. Rise up.
You don't need to be a sports fan to be moved by them.
I'm going to break the wheel.
You are so cool.
Rise up like a phoenix out the fire. Rise up, got the strength of a lion. Rise up, now I'm gonna rise up.
Someone has to get mad.
You try to take me down.
I'll have what she's having.
I'm gonna rise up.
I don't see why I shouldn't be allowed to sail because I'm a girl.
I intend to make my own way in the world. I am what I am.
We are wild. Putting 100% into something will always be
This is huge.
We'll face it together.
I'm gonna rise up.
The pride of England, primed and ready for the white-hot crucible of the subcontinent.
This is just sensational.
England Tour of India, first ODI, Tuesday, Sky Sport 2.
last night, but being able to see some and scout some of the guys in preparation for some of the matches this summer, trying to join in on the Lions tour, planning to play against England as well as South Africa, all in preparation for this fall when they play in the Rugby World Cup 2023 qualification matches. And these guys are raring to go and are eager.
You've got obviously a good smattering, not only of US eligible, but Canadian, which they'll be facing most likely in the qualifiers for the World Cup spot in 2023 through both these sides. We mentioned Jamison for Arne Schultz looking to get back in, Dino Waldron, Cam Dolan. I mean, if there's ever a guaranteed death taxes, Cam Dolan's going to be in that side.
And then you've got a lot of these younger players coming through that have big potential. We've talked about it many times. Devon Short is a player that will end up in this position, as well as the Seni Fangai.
Like Seni Fangai already a bit of time with the USA set up, looking to get back in there again. You played in the World Cup 2011, James. It really is, it's the pinnacle of players who want to get there. France 2023, what a great opportunity to go play over in one of the great European nations in a World Cup. Advantage here to the goal, Youngert flat. Knowing they had the advantage, looking to push it a little bit there, will come all the way back for the penalty.
Very strong scrum. They had the best scrum in the league last season, NOLA, so DC, even with the additions, are having a very hard time handling the formidable forward pack from NOLA Gold.
Really no interest from NOLA to take any points on offer here. Looking to, I think you really hit the nail on the head with this one, James. I think they know Old Glory haven't had access to the contact in pre-season that NOLA have. So let's exhaust them early. Let's really empty that tank. Let's get them in the heat of battle and drag them into deep water here. And smart work from Nate Osborne. Another good platform here for the goal. Dolan at the back. Youngert will play to his right. Flat. Meyer. Pops up. Oh, Youngert, he is absolutely smashed, cut in half by Callum Gibbons. The Kiwi via the Glasgow Warriors. Like a battle axe, just breaking through Youngert's ribs there. Down they come, Youngert, options left and right. She's left Coleman, turns inside. Duplessis, though, little handling error.
Yeah, a little bit messy there, and then the ball went forward into an offside player. Obviously can't grab the ball from a knock-on from your own teammate, so the penalty will go against them. But how about the defense from this DC side? Take a look at this massive tackle here by Gibbons. Oh, copybook form there on the W9. Good intentions here. Trying to attack wide, but just a little bit of a juggle there as he looked to come back on the inside. But all came from a very strong defensive line. The only reason you cut back on the inside is because there's pressure coming from the outside.
You saw Julian Dominguez, the left winger there for NOLA 2, pleading with Coleman. I think he liked the mismatch. He had a forward out on that wing, wanted early ball. Free kick here to Old Glory.
Free kick was for an early engagement from NOLA. And a chance for them to really get out of this area of the field. They've been down here for about the last 10 minutes. It is exhausting playing defense and very tiring towards the goal line.
Let's head back down into the gold mine now with Bree Kim.
As you wonder about the decision making there, we talked right before the game about how NOLA need to get up on the front foot early. They're down by 1 point. Multiple penalties where they decided to go for touch. You wonder if they should have gone for the 3 points there. It seems like there's momentum from Old Glory here.
Yeah, it's a good point, Bree. It's a tough one, right, James? Because you obviously want to try to exhaust them early, but you could end up galvanising Old Glory with these gold light stands. Don't have the points on the board. You've already mentioned NOLA don't finish great. Keeping Old Glory in the game. Hang on a second. This is better stuff from Coleman as he goes for a run before he offloads to Howard. Now Dominguez gets a chance to open his wings into the 22 here of Old Glory. Youngett quickly. Guerra, short ball, Harmon, beautiful stuff. The two youngsters linking up nicely in the midfield. Oh, the turnover. Old Glory on top of it. Let's see who they give credit for that. Looks like the youngster, the fullback, Dublas.
Wow. What a break there. It was Coleman that was able to get the break, but great defense again from DC scrambling. And the Bullers, very good one-on-one. That was a definitely try-saving movement there.
Yeah, much to Bree's point. Possession, 71% in the favour of NOLA. Territory, 76% in the favour of NOLA. Scoreboard in the favour of Old Glory. Worrying signs for Nate Osborne that the pressure hasn't converted into points yet.
You see the run from Coleman sliding through here. Some great interplay. Able to move the ball through their hands, keep things going, and this was just a great short line by Waldron. You love seeing that, props running onto the ball. Sorry, Harmon.
Guerra again. Youngster out of Notre Dame College. Probably one of the more unheralded names taken out of the draft. Ryan Fitzgerald, GM down there at NOLA. Nate Osborne saw something special, and I've spoken to a few of the people inside the camp. Hang on a second, a loose ball. Sosini Fangai, back to Tusitala. Tusitala opens up the Jets under the post. 7 points for Old Glory, and a little bit extra for Cam Dolan as well.
How about that? You capitalise on handling errors, and that's exactly what good sides do. And DC there, great work. And Tusitala, as any good 9, always around the ball, was able to finish it off. Really, they needed that and came against the flow of the game. Just a little bit of a hard pass to handle there. Straight into his hands. Needed to find support. And Tusitala. Wow. Considering they've been camped in their own territory, this is heartbreaking for NOLA. And of course, automatic 7 points this year. You score underneath the goalpost. There is no conversion. So the kick clock is set for the restart. Tusitala was a little bit unhappy that Dolan dove on him at the end. And we talked about this before. 7 points for any try scored directly underneath the goalpost. And Dan, that 7 points actually goes to the player who scored the try.
Now Tusitala, leading point scorer for Old Glory. At least for now, Jason Robinson. I'm sure he's going to run him down here pretty quick. There's Mason. What a luxury that back row is for Old Glory. Mason picking up the newcomer in Callum Gibbons' experience. Time with the Hurricanes down in New Zealand Super Rugby. Glasgow Warriors as well. Fiona Schultz. Beautiful back row. Big contact there. Diva on short. NOLA goal. Looking to attack right over the American Airlines banner. Capiero cannot hold. Much was made of this midfield for NOLA goal coming into this game. Rightfully so, but they just have not clicked yet. Let's head back down to the gold mine. Bree, what do you have?
Guys, if you notice, Old Glory has started changing their kicking tactics a little bit. They've had 2 exit sets so far that haven't reached touch, but if you think about it, NOLA's strengths are in the set piece. So it's a little bit of gamesmanship here, right? Trying to force the ball still in play, make sure that they can make those decisions. And look, there's a turnover right here, and now it's Old Glory ball.
That's a good point. The strength in that line-out, you've got Stewart, Bailey, Dolan, 3 huge targets. I mean, on the flip side, Naquali and Nakatini, while great in the line-out, definitely not the caliber of those 3 players I mentioned before. Robinson. We've seen some of these tactical kicks from him before. Puts this one into the 22. Brilliant pickup. Robert Sanana on the chase as well.
That's the experience of this 10. He looked up and he saw that open side wing playing very flat. They've been trying to move the ball wide. And in that instance, that's just pure experience as he finds space in behind the winger.
Dolan with the take of 2. They bring it down. Oh, no handbraking in front of Arna Schultz. What a tackle. Some of these hits from Old Glory today, they have been hospital-worthy stuff. But now Meyer with a little bit of an opportunity as he breaks free. Picks up Coleman. Coleman links up on the outside. Howard. Tikoai Suva, low pass from Howard, couldn't handle. Opportunity goes begging there for NOLA Gold. But what a run from the fullback in Meyer.
Yeah, Meyer sized up. It came from a very difficult to handle pass. But as with anything, you have that aggressive line from the defense. And here's the replay. This was a big shot, putting into the loose forward trio. Meyer, you know how dangerous he is. I thought this was a good interchange here. Just this last pass. Those passes you need to stick. Jojo on the outside. Tikoai Suva, very quick, lethal finisher.
I think all players get their welcome to the big leagues moments. That was Guerrera's moment as Arna Schultz says, welcome to the big league, son. Strong run there from Hearn. Crashes midfield. Tusitala, a little bit messy as it comes down now to Short. Looks like Rogan may have got in the middle of that. The referee, so we'll pack down a scrum. It should go to NOLA Gold, though. Oh, actually, the lawyer, Mungo Mason, comes in. I object.
And
there you go.
See, 11 handling errors to 2 for NOLA. So is that just... Sometimes you've got so much enthusiasm in the first game of the season, just try and force things a little bit. Perhaps in certain situations where they're not getting good enough go-forward ball, rather than tucking it and going to the line and just resetting, they're just trying to force that pass. And I'm sure as we get through this first half and into the second half, those handling errors will start to come out of their game.
Straight down from NOLA, penalty here for Old Glory. And I wonder if NOLA Gold, looking back on all that possession, all that territory, James, no chance of taking the 3 points. They didn't even look at the post once. How does that reflect on them?
You can't knock. I mean, it's an intention. Yeah, we talked to Nate Osborne. He wants to be more attacking this season. They want to take their opportunities. If I'm a coach, I'm always going to go for the corner personally.
Sini Fungai with the throw. Nakatini brings it down as Tusitala picks up Robertson. Little floater on the pass there, slowed the back line down as Arna Schultz outside the 22. Another run here. Makwali. Here's the difference. Right in front of the post, Old Glory probably elect to take another 3 and extend their lead.
Yeah, they will, and again, guilty of not releasing the tackle player and allowing him the opportunity to place the ball. The referees are very stringent on this point. The reason they're so stringent is they want a quick game. They don't want players laying over the ball and slowing the ball down. And another opportunity here. 16 points to 5. This comes down to DC making the most of their limited opportunities so far in the game.
Loving the trumpet in the background here. Nothing better than a Sunday afternoon game in New Orleans. Good crowd have packed into the gold mine. Robinson. No mistakes there from the number 10. 16 points to 5. 11 points as we creep into the halftime break here. MLR fans, this is the first weekend that MLR matches are streamed on the new platform, the Rugby Network. Make sure to sign up for free. The service is at www.therugbynetwork.com, and if you miss any matches this weekend, they will all be available on demand on the Rugby Network, as well as other great highlights and behind-the-scenes content, including your show, JP, Beyond the Ruck.
It's a great platform, and I've already heard a lot of positive feedback from all around the world. People are loving the opportunity to watch everything that Major League Rugby has to offer.
Yeah, the rugby eyes globally truly are on America and Major League Rugby. As Varner Schiltz, he has eyes only on going downfield.
It's coming back. It looked like a little bit of a forward pass there. Messi and Jamie Diva can't get away with that one. Be interesting to see how they set up here. They've gone with the split. This blind side is a very difficult place to defend. We're looking at these two attacking players here. They've got plenty of options, especially if they choose to go 8-9 down this blind side. Very difficult to defend these channels.
Scrum comes down, ball's at the back. Rogan wants to play it. Dolan to his left, Coleman. Floats one out to Dominguez now. Looks like a foot just on the sideline from Dominguez, just begging for an opportunity down that sideline.
And I've been really impressed with so far. As we have a look at this, just moving the ball through their hands, good intentions to go wide, but it's this defense and it's the continuity that they have. We talked about the impact of Douglas being able to train indoors. In the past, training outside in January, February, in DC is difficult, so able to do a lot more contact sessions, and it's definitely showing today.
I'm sure the difference on the thermometer from New Orleans to Washington, D.C. is quite significant as well. Busy Taylor looks to go quick here, but they'll take their time. Keeping the composure. 11-point lead. Andrew Douglas will be pretty happy to take that lead into the sheds at halftime.
I've been very impressed with the composure, and we talked about it earlier. You had mentioned the impact of not conceding those 3 points, but psychologically what it does to you to make a goal line stand.
That one was razor close. Must have been just a foot on the sideline. Maybe Meyer or Dominguez back there trying to keep that ball in play. The crowd not happy though. A little hometown cooking for the assistant referee.
He's at the back, and then it got moved forward on some boots. Yeah, so I wanted to play away, and then, yeah. That would sort of out of control.
Nakatini overthrows. Guerra goes back now with Howard as he ducks into Mungo Mason. Longwell completes the tackle.
Keep going back. That's it, well done.
Coleman.
Varnage over.
Left
Stop his
foot.
back. Stop.
Super Rugby experience with the Brumbies and the Rebels. Robinson does well to keep that in. Had Cassano with him, the Cal Bears product, in his Major League Rugby debut here today, starting in the 14 jersey. Mason.
Away, two.
Certainly is a different back three for Old Glory this year, isn't it? You went from DTS, Declan O'Donnell, and Robert Sanana. Robinson quickly, Mason has Fraser with him looming up on the outside. He's brought to ground inside the 22 here. And Guerrero with the steal. Super impressed with Guerrero this afternoon. No wonder that NOLA Goal have entrusted the starting 7 jersey to the youngster. They'll go quick, NOLA goal. Coleman, they've got numbers. Tikoasuva. He's taken just outside the 40-metre line of Old Glory. Youngert. Hearn with plenty of pressure. Was it early? Yes, it was, says referee Rogan. Offside. And now a little push and shove from Coleman. Not happy with some of the attention. There's two little arguments who have broken out. Robert Sanana not happy with Tikoasuva. Well, a little bit of spice in this game, isn't there, James?
There is. Down south, there's a lot of emotion too in this match, and this is a really critical facet of play here. NOLA, under 3 minutes left. They need to score heading into the sheds at halftime.
Let's see what sparked this, James. There's a little bit on the ground. Not surprised Holden Youngert involved. One of the great antagonists in the number 9 jersey.
Extracurricular activity.
I think Robert Sanana just saw a fly on Tikoasuva's face. He was just helping him out, making sure it didn't get in his eye. We spin around Howard, plays. Tikoasuva motivated now as he charges towards the line. They come out. Oh, Guerra with a great little pop-up to Dolan. There's been a couple of subtle little tosses from Guerra this afternoon, James. Very, very, very impressed with this youngster.
Yeah, and you expect that from an experienced player. He just reads the game very well. He's in the right spot at the right time. He's been able to get in over the ball and running off the ball very nicely, but it came from an excellent set-piece move from the line-out. Dolan is so dangerous.
Yeah, big moment here, James. Half-time. Old Glory successful with many a goal line stand already in this first half. NOLA would love a try to bring this back. They've enjoyed a gluttony of possession and territory. Find themselves down by 11 on the scoreboard. Andrew Douglas, how impressed will he be with this side's defensive efforts in this first half? Said that man at the back of the screen, Cam Dolan, so dynamic for so many years off the back of the scrum. He'll be looking for another one of those efforts right here. Solid push. Dolan comes to his right. Youngert. Dummies, he's chopped down. Tusitala, he goes again. Holden Youngert. And he gets it down. The St. Mary's product. He gets a try here for NOLA goal.
Right on the stroke of half-time. Again, came from a very, very solid platform at the scrum. Called his name earlier, Cam Dolan. See on the replay here in a second, but it was Dolan able to get that ball nice and wide to Youngert. Just coming up, his opposite number, Tusitala slipped off the tackle. He wasn't held, so he was able to get up and go across the goal line. A little show there, and a good second movement for Youngert.
That is a big moment here in the first half to bring them back within 6. Conversion forthcoming for Meyer. Could make this a 4-point ball game going into the break. Curves it beautifully between the posts. Flags go up. 16 points to 12. 40 minutes in the books here in the gold mine. There'll be no repeat of year 2020 here. The blowout for NOLA. They're going to have to work hard. It's Old Glory with a 4-point lead going into the break. We return all the action from the first half as New Orleans and Old Glory continues from the gold mine.
Save you 15% or more on car insurance. OFX. The next time you are moving money internationally, try OFX.com. And Rhino Rugby, the official ball and equipment of the MLR. Visit rhinorugby.com for all your rugby needs. Welcome back to the Big Easy halftime here, 16 points to 12 as Major League Rugby wraps up round 1 on Fox Sports. Let's take a look at the American Airlines out-of-town scoreboard for the weekend, James.
And how about this? The San Diego Legion and the Toronto Arrows, they were streaming through 2020. They both dropped their first match, and then their story, the Giltinis winning their first match.
It was, and then last night those won 2 tight ones in Texas. As we look now at the guaranteed rate tri-summary for today.
Started early with some great work. We talked about how dynamic and dangerous this rolling maul is. They broke off here, and an excellent job just pulling themselves back and able to go over for the try was Howard. Answered right back here, and this was a fantastic individual effort by Tusitala, but it came off of a turnover from NOLA. Committed far too many turnovers in the first half. And the final try here before halftime came from some great work by Dolan. A nice wide pass allowed Young get the better of his opposing half, Tusitala.
Now talk me through the Geico first half stats.
Well, if I look at it, territory is the big thing here. 33% territory. Not good position for Old Glory DC. 59% of that was in their own 22.
They still find themselves ahead on the scoreboard here as we kick off the second half. 40 minutes left in week 1. Major League Rugby back in action as Meyer will look to clear this ball. Find the sideline though, as that one's tossed back in. May have gone forward. Play on. Robinson puts this one high into the sky. His opposite number, Coleman, though, safe under that high ball. As Dolan spots a little opening. Now short. NOLA Gold looking to work this out of their own half. The penalty will help their cause.
They're going to want to come out NOLA guilty in the first half. They had 14 handling errors and 11 bad passes. Very difficult to mount any kind of continuity on attack when you force that many handling errors. I'm sure those were some of the words at halftime. Coach Nate Osborne is just to settle things down a little bit. Guilty of trying to force too many things. Get good, clean ball for them to get over the gain line.
Absolutely, James. And you just want to go back to halftime. We heard from the Commissioner, George Killebrew, how important it's been to bring in some of these sponsors. His interview with Bree Kim down there. American Airlines coming on board, huge guaranteed rate. Geico coming on board. And that's going to enable these teams to start really entrenching themselves in the community. I know NOLA Gold doing wonderful things down there in Louisiana with LouisianaRugby.org. For kids, if you're watching this game, you want to play rugby down in the Big Easy, head to LouisianaRugby.org. And you and I, both family men, have young kids. Harris and Charlotte, little Hugo watching at home. Now there's a pathway for the kids who want to play rugby to play professionally.
It's so important. We need everybody at home having a favourite player and a favourite team.
Oh, great turnover again. The turnovers in the red zone from Old Glory today have been absolutely crucial, keeping points off the board for New Orleans.
See here, and it's great work. Fa'anana Schultz got in behind. Watch him being able to turn his body round and go back through the gate. Between him, Gibbons, and Mason, they're really showing a lot of experience, taking a lot of sting out of this NOLA attack.
16 points to 12. But as we saw with the Geico stats, territory and possession heavily favouring New Orleans. 7-on-7 as Mason runs into Guerra. Tusitala. The form, number 9 of the competition in 2020. He's picked up where he left off this year. Good start for the number 9. Samoan international playing his rugby down in New Zealand with Auckland. Great steal there from Fa'ana Schultz. Fa'ana Schultz played for the USA. Comes down from Ipswich in Queensland, Australia. Now Mason, quick hands. Nakatini back to Mason. Mason almost picks up Robinson, towed through. Ooh, danger signs there if New Orleans could have pounced on that ball.
Again, talking about the involvement of this loose forward trio. Mason, we haven't called his name many times so far, but when he gets involved, always looking for a second touch. It's JP du Plessis. We haven't really called his name much in this match so far, have we, Dan?
No, both the centres. We talked about how good it was to see that pairing of JP du Plessis and Capoeiro from Argentina. It's a long season, though, James. Long season. Sassini Fungai at the back. Now Tusitala just waiting. Little snipe down the blind side. He likes what he sees there. Robinson. Oh, how about the offload? Robinson, Tusitala. Well, I've said it once. I'll say it again. MLR, there's your try of the week. Brilliant stuff down the short side.
How about that? We talked about the 9-10 combination and how dangerous they were. They were actually shaping for a box kick early on, and that's just the experience of being able to find a mismatch down the blind side. Everyone thought he was going to put up the box kick. He shapes for the box kick, but there was plenty of communication from Robertson, and what an offload. Through Roberts to Nana, back to Tusitala. What a try.
Well, we've seen Tanana Roberts and Tusitala link before. Shades of 2020 against Rugby ATL. They are still clicking. An off-season of sausages down in New Zealand has not slowed down Roberts Tanana at all. Robinson, he stays perfect on the day as the flag goes up. First points of the second half, 23-12. Old Glory.
You see down the blind side here, we're having a look at this channel. As we hit down that channel, they just noticed there was a mismatch. And that's just too much experience. Talked about it. These guys have had an off season of playing rugby. How big is that?
Good restart from NOLA. That's what they want. A little momentum starts to shift their way after the try for Old Glory. There's Bailey. They've got numbers to the left. They want quick ball. Youngett, can he deliver? Yes. Stewart, though, tucks it under. Still numbers. Stevens now on for Youngett, sorry. The young Namibian. His first taste of Major League Rugby action coming up now. Stewart with another run. Du Plessis screaming for the ball. They go out. Capoeiro. Can't get the arms free. Had Dominguez looming on his left shoulder. Now Stevens. Picks up Bailey. Tall into contact there. Finds the ground. Stevens. Another turnover in the red zone for Old Glory. Incredible stuff for Andrew Douglas and his Chargers here this afternoon.
Steve Longwell take a bow. They're on the back foot. I really like the shape of this NOLA attack. They widthened the attack. And just good solid defense by DC and Longwell, the experience. You get a big man like that over the top of the ball. There's no moving him with that wide base.
There he is, big Stevie Longwell. played a lot of rugby around the world. Now finds a home here with Old Glory in DC. Take there from Nakwali. Sosini Fungai at the back. Good drive here from Old Glory. We talked about the preseason may have affected Old Glory. They look the fresher of the outfits here. Some of the NOLA Gold players looking a little drawn out in these conditions. There's Tusitala to his left. Fastest ruck speed, we talked about that. When there's tired bodies out there, Danny Tusitala comes into his own.
So we go back to the penalty. It was Dino Waldron that was actually coming through the middle of that maul and got himself into an offside position as they rolled that maul around the corner. So another little example of a good 10. Robertson knew he had the advantage, and he's very good with those little attacking kicks. Robertson most recently having experience in the Mitre 10 Cup down in New Zealand. He's played with both Waikato, Bay of Plenty and Counties Manukau. His line partner Tusitala involved with the Auckland Mitre 10 Cup side. So a lot of great rugby being played, and you can see it. They're a cut above.
Him and that man right there, Sosini Fungai, winning the Mitre 10 with Auckland this past year. Bring it down with Nakatini. Championship of his own with the Seawolves. Sosini Fungai. Mason under pressure there. Gibbons couldn't handle the ball and give it straight back though. No advantage, will come all the way back for the initial knock-off.
Good defense from NOLA, but if you look at this, take a look at the replay here. They do a good job here of shifting the point of attack. What we mean is shifting point of attack. Everybody's going to key on the ball carrier. That nice little tips ball allows you to get to the outside shoulder. Wanting to do it again, but very good job and experience there from JP Duplessis. He wasn't going to fall for it, put too much pressure on them. Able to force the turnover.
More changes coming in here, the NOLA Gold. There you see Henliers, 15-7, James. Incredible. Damien Stevens played for Namibia in the 2019 World Cup in Japan.
He's a very dangerous player. He's got kind of an Aaron Smith type style to him, a good pass, and he's really nifty around the base.
This was right as NOLA were clear. Finding the sideline this time. Clearing kick there from NOLA. Be a line out just on the Old Glory side of halfway. It's probably been the most uncomfortable part of their play this afternoon, the line out. Well contested by NOLA. Everything else, super impressed with Old Glory.
They've really executed on a lot of fronts in their game and obviously making a lot less handling errors.
Can't, because it's both ways. It's off blue first and then it's off gold. Yep.
Knock on both ways. Have a scrum here for NOLA. See some fresh bodies out there for both these sides. O'Toole and Sullivan.
Take a look out here right now. There's plenty of room down these outside channels. And that'll be exactly where they want to go. They have to respect the kick from Colt from the inside. And that's why that winger is playing a little bit deeper. So flat ball from the scrum will really allow them to take advantage of that wide channel.
Play at the back, Meyer. Little float pass there from him. Out to Dominguez. We've seen this before. Julian Dominguez. He knows his way to the try line. As Stevens on the 22 brings it down. crashing run midfield for NOLA Gold. Stevens to his left. Bailey plays out the back. Duplessis, crafting. He's brought down, 10 out from the line now. Stevens, pressure. Bailey does well. Stevens, good ball, quick hands. They've got numbers to the right. Stevens jumps out, short ball, beautiful line. Carl Meyer, genius stuff from the South African. NOLA goal, 7 points under the pose.
Much better attacking phases from this NOLA side, and it came from being able to develop much quicker ruck ball. See it here, even able to get back and already coming on the field. We've noticed the speed, and what a line by Meyer. Able to freeze the defense, you see, as he goes in. That's a great job by 9 coming round the corner.
What a try there for the fullback. Played a little bit of 13 last year, really found a home at 15. It's where he wants to play. Finds that he can inject himself into the back line where he wants and when he wants. Perfect timing there from Big Carl Meyer. Back to a 4-point ball game here. 25 minutes left to play. Gorgeous day down in New Orleans here to wrap up week 1 for Major League Rugby is short. That one's stolen. Sasini Fungai there. Slow ball for Tusitala. Comes down. Fraser, great ball. Finer Shields, great line. Oh, just can't get the arms free. There was certainly trouble because Fraser was looming up. Come back for the knock-on.
Fa'anana Schultz. Very impressive as we take a look at where the turnover was forced. Carrying in and the big man able to tear that ball straight away. Sasini Fangai. And then Fa'anana Schultz just looking for the offload. Good defense by Duplessis.
That one goes to hand there, James. Doug Fraser, very difficult man to stop from that range. Stevens at the back with Dolan, just keeping that ball in. Scrum starts to turn. Have our second and final reset.
Do you think the backs are disappointed that they don't have the resets to catch their breath, or the forwards are happy that they don't have to pack down another scrum?
We're going to find out in the next few weeks, aren't we? How these rules are going to affect the players. And obviously the scrum half rule can't pass the tunnel now. That's the new offside lines. For guys like Tusitala and what we've seen from Stevens already, James, it's going to open up attacking opportunities. So certainly going to make the game more exciting for those dynamic number 9s. You can see Tusitala not even coming up to the tunnel. He's going to drop back into the defensive line. Penalty goes to NOLA.
Good job up front there. One of the things you can see, they've got a very tight scrum in terms of where they're applying pressure. Scrumming is all about angles and direction, and the tighter that pack can stay together, the more even you can apply the force. That's why they were the best scrum in the league through the first 5 games last season.
I don't want to give him too many ideas, but the New Orleans Saints just cut their long-term punter. Carl Myers absolutely rifled that ball onto the upper deck. As long as the NFL stays in the fall, you can play NOLA Gold in the spring and the summer, play for the Saints in the fall. Golden, great tack. Stevens, flat. Certainly no increase in tempo since Stevens come on the field at 9. Playing a lot quicker now in NOLA. Great ball from Coleman. Quick hands on the little bump line. Just needed someone off his shoulder there. Bailey. Stevens quickly to his right. Coleman plays out the back. They've got some space here. Defense is pushing hard. Here's the danger man in Meyer again. Pops it up. Can't go to hand. Tonga. No advantages. Will come all the way back.
Penalty went against. It was a DC player playing the ball on the ground, getting in the middle of that offload. Really notice a difference since Stevens has gotten on the field. That wide pass.
That one's gone against the goal, James. I heard playing the ball on the ground, so... Another opportunity here for DC, holding on to a 4-point lead. Oh, I see. Carl Meyer kicked the ball to get it back. Okay. Luke Rogan, good call. At the back they go. Great take there from Campbell. Now Noble. That's Harding, sorry.
Ceiling directly over the top there. It's Nicotini, so not able to capitalize on this good field position.
And as Meyer finds a sideline there, we will take a short break from the gold mine. When we return, the second half continues. 20 minutes left to play. It's a 4-point ball game as Old Glory lead 23-19 over NOLA.
Join us in celebrating sporting excellence at the ISPS Honda Halberg Awards. Decade Champion returns Wednesday, live on Sky Sport 1. Match play golf. Head-to-head. Mano e mano. Let's go. I'm gonna hunt you down. The WGC Dell Match Play starts Thursday, live Sky Sport 6.
Nathan Brown will take over the head coaching role at the Warriors next season. I'm excited.
So strap yourself in. In 2021, we're all in.
Chris Moore comes around the corner and hooks it hard.
World Surf League Newcastle Cup starts April 1st, live on Sky Sport. A turbulent season has produced new combinations, the rise of rookies.
Can you believe it?
And the return of veterans.
Unbelievable.
Repco Supercars Championship, live on Sky Sport.
Old Glory's territory. Now that things have settled a little bit, the fans have also started to quiet down a bit. You wonder if NOLA needs their energy to get riled up again here. 20 minutes left in this game with all to play for. Totally different game from last year. Let's see who can gut it out.
And Bree, obviously conditions quite warm in the south. Anything favouring either of the sides in terms of the breeze?
You know, Dan, the breeze is actually fine. It picks up every once in a while, but it's really pretty mild. Honestly, you can see here that some of the guys are starting to put their hands on their knees, a little bit tired. You know, for Old Glory, this is the first match that they've played in quite some time, so definitely a lot of conditioning tests here.
Yeah, we certainly anticipated them handling the conditions a little poorer, but they've looked quite strong. So Andrew Douglas and the coaching staff working them quite hard in the off-season, and then another turnover here. They've been so impressive at the breakdown, James.
Fa'anana Schultz again. This is... Take a mental note of this one. This is copybook play from a loose forward. His ability to be able to get in over the ball, but it's coming in from the correct position. He's got a great way of getting in behind the ruck and coming through the gate.
I know he has a massive eye on the World Cup in 2023. No surprise playing against his opposite number, the incumbent number 8, Cam Dolan, today, looking to send a message not only to Cam, but Gary Gold as well, that he wants back in that Eagles 23.
Taking a look at replay here. It's got short ball play. Short, and look at him, just copybook stuff, coming in through the gate and straight over the ball, playing the ball.
It's just great work from Fa'anana Schultz there. Great work. Great steal, though, from NOLA Gold. Stevens. Back to Meyer. Right foot drives this one downfield over the sideline. Not a lot of territory to work with there for Meyer. And sorry, Bree, cut you off back down there. I hope a little bit of a breeze picks up for you, though, to keep you cool down there.
Yeah, it's pretty humid down here, Dan. I just wanted to touch on the breakdown here. You can't help but wonder about Old Glory's recent signing of Callum Gibbons. You already talked about Mungo Mason and Jam Mafan, but Callum has really added to the firepower of the loose forwards here. You can't help but wonder if if he's the one who's elevated this level here.
Absolutely. Just a tough, experienced campaigner too, Gibbons. We talked about his time at the Hurricanes, the Glasgow Warriors. You can't buy that kind of experience, James.
And he spent a lot of time as a coach player, and I'm sure he's doing a lot of help so far with some of the younger guys in this roster.
Now the goal. Coleman, flat pass. Oh, could be trouble here for one of the... Looks like Sisini Fungi might be cramping. And he's down, so Old Glory down to 14 at the moment. High tackle coming back for the penalty. We are in for a great final 15 minutes here, James. 4-point ball game. It really has been a war of attrition between these two sides, and I'm sure the conditions just adding another layer to the complexity of this battle.
This is where you're going to see, too, a lot of that off-season training. They've had a long enough off-season. When you add in the physical contact, that extra cog in the wheel of game intensity.
MLR fans, this is the first weekend that MLR matches are streamed on the new platform, the Rugby Network. Make sure to sign up for free for this service at therugbynetwork.com. And if you missed any matches this weekend, all of them will be available on demand on the Rugby Network, as well as other great highlights and behind-the-scenes content. I tell you, that Austin-Utah match, what a finish that was. Get online and watch that one. Came down to the very death. No spoilers. Mac Mason, though, chance to win it. NOLA, still a chance to win this one here, down by 4. Some running repairs. Canadian international and captain down here, Kyle Bailey. Sisini Fangai also getting stretched out. Real solid outing for the hooker for Old Glory today. If you ever wanted to paint a perfect picture for rugby forward, that's it right there. Tooth missing, taped up, sweat, dirt, blood, mud everywhere. Cole Bailey, a warrior.
Just loves getting in the mixer.
And speaking of warriors, look at the face of Sisini Fangai. Shades of Rocky too. Cut me, Mick. The eye starting to swell up. He'll limp his way down to this lineup. No quit in that young man. It's NOLA though, inside the 22, down by 4. This is a period of the game that James Patterson mentioned they struggled with in their history through the first 3 years. And again, turnover in the red zone. That's going to be the stat from today. How many turnovers have NOLA committed down in their own, inside Old Glory's red zone?
It's all about pressure, and you're just relieving too much pressure when you force that. Penalty actually happened. They did the right thing, shifting that maul's weight back down the blind side, but DC doing a good job of able to split up the maul, and Short actually got out ahead of it, and that was the instruction.
No, but 6 and 16 took players out. Yep.
There you hear 6 and 16. Nothing escapes James Patterson. Now Waldron. Picks up O'Sullivan. He goes forward. Another turnover in possession against NOLA. Incredible.
Just deflating, especially on attack. You're getting these great set-piece opportunities. You can't get past the first to second phase, and this is where defenses are very vulnerable as you get to 5 or 6 phases, and I don't think we've seen NOLA do it more than 2 or 3 times the entire match.
How about Stevie Longwell? 66 minutes in the front row for Old Glory. What a shift from the big man. Still out there looking fresh as a daisy as well. Sisini Fangai. That one's come off, I believe, NOLA. We're going to have a look. I think Dottie got onto that. Yes, scrum here. I think Old Glory will prefer this. If I can make one point of difference here, it's been the line-out. Old Glory having troubles, and NOLA one of the best line-outs in Major League Rugby. That's probably been the one thing they need to work on.
And this is where this 9-10 combination really goes well. So this is the line we're looking at here. Here's the gain line or the tackle line. And what makes this most impressive is when 9 is able to execute a nice flat pass and 10's running onto the ball here. When he gets across the tackle line, the gain line and the tackle line, it speeds up the ball and allows them to come around the corner on attack.
Free kick. Varner Schultz goes quick. Get the feeling they can score one more try here. Off feet. Looks like it's against Coleman not getting out of there. He was in a really tough spot, young Coleman. And now Robinson. Just a 4-point game. We'll look to make it 7. A little bit of safety. Further try. We'll tie things up. Again, it was a quick tap from Varner Schultz.
Yeah, just not rolling away there. We take a look though, 18 handling errors so far by NOLA Gold. And penalties conceded, 13. And you can't give away penalties when you've got a sharpshooter like Robertson.
Oh, the sniper. He never misses. Robinson right through the middle. 3 points for the penalty. 26-19. 11 to play here at the Gold Mine in New Orleans.
Looks like James King's going to make his way on the field. Played some rugby in Hong Kong and with Eastern Suburbs in Australia.
Got that one going against Old Glory. Just so much firepower on NOLA. I just had that feeling there's one big effort left in the New Orleans side here this afternoon.
Just got to build a couple phases. I like the way their attack's gotten a bit snappier since Damian Stevens come on. So take a look. Ball's held up there and the ball was going forward with NOLA, so the referee. Good, unplayable.
Stevens finds Coleman, goes to the line. Chikoya Suva! Oh, he's got him for the obstruction. Oh, it opened up just a little too easy there. Now you know why. The crowd not happy with that one. JP, talk us through it.
Just coming in close, and yes, Duplessis was the right line. He just needed to be able to shift. Instead, he took contact. Take a closer look here. The old back two. Duplessis comes in. Capiro, I think it was.
Duplessis right over Robertson. Looks like he got him. You go from 7 points under the post. Let's take one last look. Duplessis. No, it's Capoeira. Just bumps down that 13 channel coming in. Idea was right, but you can't directly impede the defender's line there. Wasn't a decision from Robinson to turn in and make the tackle, just crash straight into him. Another turnover at the line-out against Old Glory. They've got Casey Renault on the field now, their draft pick. Very tall man, could become a target for them. In an area of the game they're going to have to address. Stevens, oh, big clean out. Varner Schultz almost. Little opening in front of him. Could not pick the ball up cleanly.
Was about to award that to a loose forward, but it was actually Doug Fraser out there. Got it nice and low.
The crowd starting to come alive here at the Gold Mine. Can they will them to a try? Come wide. Chikoya Suva. Denied moments ago with the obstruction. Stevens. Pass to no one. Finds the taped up Bailey. Donawia. Stevens. Looks like the legs of Dottie slowed him down there now. Chikoya Suva on the outside. Just looking for a little daylight past those blue jerseys. What a collision there. Forces the knock on. Body strewn across the turf here at the Gold Mine. This has been a very, very physical, tough affair in tough conditions.
Yeah, right through this match, the intensity certainly hasn't dipped. Another example of what this DC defense is able to do. They're very organized. They don't commit themselves at the breakdown. And what you're seeing when that ball slows down just a little bit, that first pod for this NOLA attack is just running into a brick wall behind the gain line.
Spare a thought for the athletic trainers here today as well, being very busy. There you get a look at Casey Renaud, giant of a man, first round draft pick for Old Glory. Great story. His mums will be watching, very, very proud of their young son who's out there today making his MLR debut. Short, shaking the leg out. Now it just becomes a question of fortitude, doesn't it? Who wants this worse? Who wants to win this game, and who's going to stand up and take the moment to win it for their side? Like you said, James, NOLA just need to string some phases together. No more turnovers for Old Glory. They've found success from a distance. The man with the ball in hand, Danny Tusitala. He has been the instigator. Big push from NOLA, though. Great work there at the back from Anna Schultz.
No.
Tusitala, he'll wait. Probably one of the best block kicks in the league, that one. Not one of his better ones. Offside. Penalty here for NOLA. Into the final 6 minutes.
Costly mistake there, especially with as lethal of a maul as this NOLA attack has had in this ball. I will pump into the corner. A good kick it is, so talk about drama. 7 minutes. Line out, and the NOLA line out has been lethal from this area of the field.
O'Toole. Pressure throw. More changes coming in here for Old Glory. It's Van Schultz. Leaves the field. Bailey with the grab. Here we go. Game on the line. Tikoya Suva bumps away from Robinson. Big numbers to the left. Stevens needs to play quick. Traffic there, still on. Down with Dolan. A metre from the line here. NOLA goal. Stevens to his right. Coleman inside. Dominguez. Dragged down. Desperate Old Glory defense. Pops it up. Another try saver right on the line. Stevens. Noble gets up. Capuero! 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 There's the try. NOLA goal. They will tie things up here with a successful conversion. 4 minutes on the clock.
Well, they executed the little back two there with Tikasuva well, but it all came down to the ability to marshal the troops and recycle. Untied in the back here as we see Capuero able to take the ball and dot down in the corner.
Well, James, when I saw his signing, I was excited. You and I called him in the ARC playing for Argentina. He makes his way up to North America. NOLA goal. What a great signing. And now, this game rests on the right boot of this man right here, Carl Meyer. A successful conversion would tie things up. If he misses, we are in for a roller coaster. Final 3 minutes. Oh, no mistake. No mistake. Ice. It runs through the veins of that man, Carl Meyer. We have a tied ball game, 26 points apiece. Hold on, James. We're not done yet. New Orleans. Old Glory. What a game.
Much to the delight of the crowd.
Commissioner George Killebrew must just be ecstatic. He wanted parity. It doesn't get any closer than this. A razor couldn't split these two sides. Is there another page in this story yet to be told, though? Maya clears outside his 22. Won't find the line. Sano hasn't had many opportunities here this afternoon. Now Robinson down the blind side.
Keep going, Kai.
Tusitala. You know Robinson is just aching for an opportunity to kick at post. He'll go wide. Douglas, long pass. Just short of the far halfway line here. On their own side, Mason, big collision midfield. Great tackle from O'Toole. They would love a penalty, Old Glory. Tusitala down the short side. Roberts Tanana. He feeds it to his winger. There's Renault with a big run. Robinson. Almost through half gap closes. Robinson may have got hurt there in that exchange as well. Now Fraser. Fraser, they were losing ground up until that run. Tusitala. Again, Tusitala. A lot of bodies on the ground. Robinson down. Two Old Glory players down. Well, the defense of New Orleans, it has galvanized in this last 5 minutes.
They've got the crowd behind them and just the ability to be able to not overcommit to the ruck, get in good positions, but this late in the game, they're not soaking tackles. It's very aggressive, putting these DC players back behind the gain line. This will be exhausting. Good job coming up. Again, anytime that tackle line is behind the gain line, a very happy coach.
And here is the Geico moment of the match. It has led us to this point, 26 points apiece. Let's take a look.
And this is just clutch. It came off some very good work on the line out, able to build a number of phases, and it was one Capoeiro going over in the corner, followed by a massive kick to tie up the ball game.
Doug Fraser grimacing in pain there. Got to have a little bit of sympathy for these Old Glory players. They've gone from thermals, heavy jackets and beanies down to this humid conditions in Louisiana. Here we go, folks, into the final 60 seconds. Tusitala. Can he spark some magic? Robinson flicks wise. Roberts Tanana. One of the best finishes in MLR. Noble. Oh, Noble. You dance with the sideline. The sideline will always win. And now NOLA Gold will have a shot with this line out. They have a long way to go, though, James.
Just guilty there. A bit flat in their attack down the blind side. And then Noble, a player everybody's talked about. Very dangerous, but couldn't dance his way back into field. And now could be the final passage of play in the game.
Cometh the man, cometh the hour. You saw JP Duplessis slapping his chest. Give it to me. He wants the ball.
Ready, they're going backwards.
Big moments. Big players thrive. None bigger than JP Duplessis. And he gets it. Crashes through the line. Stevens on a loop. Oh, trouble coming here. Maya. Already one try to his name. Just remember the boot of Karl Maya, exceptionally strong. Could be a turnover. No, Stevens does well to get there quickly. Now Coleman, quick pass. Goes wide. Duplessis dancing back as he's taken inside Old Glory's half now. Bailey. Down the short side. Coleman on the inside. Oh, he leaves it behind. We'll come back for 2 knock-ons. Is there time left on the clock, though? No, referee Rogan, he blows this one to an end. 26 points apiece. And I've got to tell you, James, it feels somewhat fitting that these two sides have left it all on the field after 80 minutes, and it is a draw.
Absolute battle of attrition, but it really was. NOLA storming back into this match towards the end of the second half. Showed great improvement from the first half, being able to build phases and just capitalize on their opportunities.
Well, the birth of a rivalry between these two sides. If this is what we can expect in 2021, I'm all in. What a game we had here at the Gold Mine. We'll be back right after the break here on Fox Sports.